Sorry. Welcome to Temtalk, a podcast about the creature collection MMO Temtem. I'm your host, Gaijin Boo, with Pres B. Kennedy.
How is it going?
Sorry, guys, that's my first intro entry. I kind of butchered it. I apologize, everybody.
It's all good. It's strange doing them because, like, for me, I always jam out to the intro music. And so I start jamming them like, wait, I gotta switch the scene so everybody can see. Oh god, I gotta do the introduction too.
Yeah.
I'm listening to now that I'm not tonight, Gaijin is streaming the show to the channel, and then I'll download it from there and upload it unless you want to. But I'm listening to lo-fi hip hop in the background the whole time, like we're broadcasting tonight. It's great.
Where's the pop-out chat? Why can't I pop out chat? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to just have chat visible here at all times. Let me just move this over here, I guess.
Okay, well, I'll take it and run with it from here.
Yeah.
Welcome to Temtalk, a podcast about the creature collection MMO Temtem. I'm your host this week, Pres B. Kennedy, joined as always by the lovely, the wonderful Mr. Gaijin Boo. How are you doing, Gaijin? Get your chat sorted?
I moved it to another. I just have the stream running on a different window. It's fine. Yeah, I got it kind of sorted.
Yeah, it's enough. I miss living in Alabama when I had like a larger desk and I had 3 monitors and I could just have anything I want. I was like Tony Stark. It's great.
Tony Stark. Funny. Well, not really funny, but funny you mentioned Tony Stark. Iron Man and Tony Stark has always been like my favorite Marvel movie series because Robert Downey Jr. just does such an amazing job with Tony Stark and Iron Man, I feel.
I'm on a rewatch right now through the entire MCU, like in chronological order, not the order they came out. And I am on, I'm just finishing Captain America, The Winter Soldier. Such a great franchise. Like, they just knock it out of the park with so many of those movies.
Yeah, they do. It's so funny how well of a job they do with those movies in comparison to, say, the DC movies. And, you know, if any of you guys are DC fans, that's cool and all. But the DC movies hold no candle to the Marvel movies at this point. They really need to step up their game.
Yeah, DC, what DC has like the best grasp on, I know this is a Temtem podcast, but we're both, huge nerds.
We're
what
nerds
DC
of
has a grasp
many
on,
kinds.
Yeah, is their TV shows. Their TV shows kick butt. Like, I could watch
absolutely.
Supergirl until I die, and then the Harley Quinn show, oh my gosh.
That is where Marvel falls flat, except for the Netflix series that they had, that Netflix was putting out. But now that they have the Disney Plus thing and all those new series, we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, WandaVision's kind of kicking butt right now too. Ooh, okay. We can come back to that in a post show.
First of all, let's cover why the title says Gaijin admits he was wrong.
Are we just doing that at the top of the show?
Yeah, we're just going to do it right now.
It's in the notes, but we're doing it at the top of the show. Take it away. Take it away.
It's the title. We're going to make him wait until the end to tell him why the title is the title.
That's what you're supposed to do.
No.
That's how broadcasting stuff works.
No, nonsense. So basically, I'm sure many of you guys have heard me discuss it. Many of you guys have heard me talk about it. I was under the impression that there would be no Temtem streamer to get partner until full release. I am very much a expect the worst, hope for the best kind of guy. I try to be optimistic, but I also try to be realistic. And I assumed that none of us would get it until full release. But Plus OP has proved me wrong. Twitch does care, even about the small community that we have and have given Plus OP partnership. So congratulations, Plus OP. You absolutely deserve it, man. You worked so hard. You've done so much for this community. And I would even go as far to say you are the glue that kept this community together throughout all these content droughts. You are an amazing content creator. You 100% deserve this. Congratulations for proving me wrong and making partnership. Just
Yeah, right
absolutely.
now, just ignore copyright stuff and just imagine in your head that celebrate good times. Come on.
No,
Yeah.
we don't. No.
The great news, plus OP made partner, and that means that there's some steam to this community.
Yeah.
And there is and everybody feels it, when they stream Temtem, when they play Temtem, that the way that this game's able to bring people together, it makes me really excited for the more community features that we'll get eventually in the game with in-game tournaments and some of the I forgot what I say dojo battles, but we have dojo battles now, but the clan dojos, I forget what they were going to be called. it slips my mind. But when we get more content that causes people to play together even more, it just makes me really excited about the ways that that's going to just create new people interacting together. And yeah, I want to throw confetti, but I don't have any right now, and I just want my web camera to just sparkle.
It's amazing. I honestly I didn't feel like there was enough viewers for Twitch to care. After seeing Plus get denied, I think it was twice now. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't Plus that was the issue. I felt like it was that there just wasn't enough overall viewers for Twitch to care, because let's be real, when Plus OP is streaming, Plus OP has basically every viewer in the Temtem community in his channel. I mean, we're looking at 150 viewers generally on average, I'd say at this point, 100 to 150. And that is the majority of viewers throughout any given day at any point in time, other than, big tournaments and things like that. Sure, we'll pull 200 or something like that, but I've
been watching more streams lately, and even Tsubaki with his scrimmages and stuff, he was getting 120 people.
Yeah.
In a not major event stream.
Tsubaki is going to be next to get partnership, I would say. As long as, stream schedule's consistent and all that stuff. I mean, if Plus OP can get it, Tsubaki's probably next, and then I don't know, somebody else.
All right, I'm gonna quit my job. I'm a full-time Temtem content creator right now.
Probably not me. I max out at 40 to 50 viewers, so
yeah, I was gonna say, don't you have to average 75 viewers
minimum? Yeah, you have to average 75 viewers for a good while too.
I was listening to some just content creation advice, and the person was talking, and he dropped a quote, and he was just like, look, everybody, there's hundreds of people out there, thousands of people out there streaming to nobody, and they're looking at the people who have 2 viewers in their chat, and they're looking up at them and just saying, if I could get there. And the people at 2 viewers are looking up at the people at 10 viewers saying, if I could get there. The 10 viewers are looking up at the 40 viewers. The 40 viewers are looking up at the hundreds, the hundreds at the thousands, and up and up and up until you get to Ninja or somebody.
Right. And yeah. There's always bigger fish.
Yeah. I only stream D&D to about 5 or 6 people about every Saturday, and I'm very happy and thankful for my small community. And I used to be what do I have to do to get this growing?
Before you keep going, no, please fix your hat.
I'm always going to just be looking up, and rather than looking up, just gotta enjoy it. So happy Mr. OP got to partner, and I hope more people in the Temtem community get partner, but more so I just hope that it grows the Temtem community in general, and that
I mean, if we can keep
awesome
continuing to have content creators like Plus OP and people that are positive and happy, if we can continue to grow the community like it is now with all the amazing viewers that we have and the amazing content creators, I can see it being much more popular, especially once we release on Switch. I mean, I think that's going to be a huge influx of players and viewers, but we'll really see when the time comes. We can all speculate. These games usually do pretty well by and large, so It's hard to say, but we'll see. We can all hope, though. Thank you for fixing your hat. Looks much better that way. That being said, I was wrong. Plus OP, you're a legend, and congratulations. So
Yes,
I guess
again.
we should probably move on to the very little news that we have this week. I mean,
Do we
there's
want
not
to
much.
talk
It's
about the news, or do we want to talk about our week? Because I got a pretty exciting week
oh
in front of
right,
me.
I forgot we talk about the week.
Yeah. No beans on the Kalamazoo radar, which is fine. I didn't expect anything. And I'm hoping that my luck compounds into this week, since I didn't get anything last week. I did all of my radars early this morning, and ya homies got a 2-eye radar. I'm gonna be, and I was telling Gaijin at the start of the show, I'm gonna be the next plus OP. I'm gonna do my 2-eye radar, and I'm gonna have 3 Luma 2-eyes. I'm calling it right here, right now. Next week, I'm gonna be stunting with 3 Luma 2-eyes.
Could you imagine? Wouldn't that be nice? It's still not as many as Plus got in a single week.
Wait, did he get 3 or 4?
He got 4, I believe. I believe it was 4.
4. Good lord.
Yeah. Yeah, he got
Oof.
4. It took me all week to find 1, and then Plus OP is just like, nah, fam, I got 4. It's good. He got 5. Good lord, get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, I did all. I still remember 2Y week like it was Vietnam or something. Of just I was on all week
2Y
long.
week ruined so many people. So many people. Like after that week, Temtem Twitch was dead for streamers. I mean, we had even Plus OP I think was hitting like 30 to 40 viewers. It was just rough for like a couple of weeks after. It was not great.
Yeah, rip to all my homies who who almost lost their sanity during 2Y week. Because I was definitely in the lot. Did you want to talk about your week, Gaijin, before we move forward?
Yeah, my week is really okay. I mean, I didn't do much. I haven't done my dojo rematches yet, so I don't know what I'm looking at this week, but last week I did 1 radar. It was a bust. Then I was just hunting Hocus because I'm like, if I'm gonna not get anything, I might as well know why I'm not getting anything. And I know it's all chance, it's all RNG, and there's a good chance you won't get anything. But still, I mean, I've done quite a few radars at this point, even Side Park, and I'm just fruitless. I don't even care. But I did get some new hats in this week, which I'm pretty pumped about. One I'm wearing right now. I love it.
Let me pull up stream.
It's super pastel and overall gorgeous.
Oh, that is a nice hat. I'm a fan of like just the regular beanie. It's pretty much like my go-to style option. I don't rock baseball caps that well.
And yeah, I didn't either. I was always a beanie guy, always. And it is I don't know. It took me a long time to get used to hats, and I like them a lot now. I got 2 others. Here, you can check them out too, Kennedy. We got this one here. It's got a cute little girl with some band-aids on it. And then we got the lazy bear with a bunch of different little logo designs, and underneath the brim it says lazy on it.
I like it.
Yeah,
I really like it.
I found a new brand of they made their shirt too. I found a new brand of clothing that I really like. It's called Quinoa Monsters, and it's super cool. They make really cute stuff. I love it.
I feel like going to grab like the one hat I have in my closet. All my fancy hats are back in Alabama, but I've got a Seattle Seahawks hat here that my dad got for me when he was out here. And the Seahawks have like this big thing. Apparently, like when you're on a football team, there's like 11 players on the field, and the Seahawks always say their most valuable player is the 12th player, who is the fans. So like all of the merchandise has like number 12 on it, as if you're a player and it's the fans are the 12th player. And I don't know, I like the idea of that, of just sports, just give it up for the fans. But also it's lime green, so it's
Yeah.
pretty much the only reason I keep it around. It's my favorite color.
So that's been my week. I didn't do anything. The only thing exciting that's happened to me so far is my new hats and my t-shirt that I'm excited about.
Okay, well, I mean, I hope when you get your radars, I'm hoping a Chlora radar from Tukma. I'm hoping Momo radar.
I've done
from,
5 Oklura radars already.
I'm hoping a
5.
Chlora radar that yields rewards for you from Tukma. I'm hoping for a Momo radar from Kisawa and a 2-eye radar from Dennis. All of that is in your future.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, let's move forward. We got a pretty short show tonight, just a couple listener questions and a little bit of news on the horizon. So do you want to pull up the weekly reset, Gaijin, and we can jump into that?
Yeah, I can do that. Let's see.
I am meanwhile going to find out what time 7:30 GMT is.
Boom.
In Eastern time.
What happened? What are you doing?
Oh, I was looking at a future piece of news we're going to be discussing later in the show. I have it on my notes. Do you want me to start with the weekly recap? I'll take it away.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So for this week, we have a Luma week in Park, and I know everybody's been craving this. Everybody has been literally toppling over themselves to get to their mint piece, their mint turd-shaped Luma Temtem Grumble.
Their Christmas-colored turd-shaped Grumble.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Everybody's going for Dropley here. Dropley's a cutie.
2,800 Pansuns gets you 6 Psy cards. There is a spawn rate of 75% for Grumble with a 4 times Luma odd and 0 minimum SVs and 15% chance of an egg move on there. I think its only egg move is Goring. It might be Goring and Mud Shower might be the 2 things that it gets. But yeah, 15%, definitely not bad. I'm actually pulling it up right now. Goring is the only egg move that it gets. So not a bad egg move. So you can get a Luma, even if you don't get the egg move, any Luma Grumble, will be useful on ladder, because it's very rare you're using Goring on Grumble. And then the other Luma is a Dropley. It has a spawn chance of 80% in the wild with a Luma rate of 4 times odds. And again, 15% chance at an egg move. And I believe that Dropley's egg moves are a little bit more important with Water Jet. Water Jet is the main egg move Dropley wants. It is a physical attacker, both it and Gario. Yeah, and it needs that hold to... it needs 2 holds, but once it gets it,
it needs better turn 1. Otherwise,
yeah,
it's just it could be so promising, but it's just not.
It needs better stats or better turn 1, because it's just like, by the time it's doing anything useful, most of the time you've pushed it off the field already.
Having an X4 weakness to one of the most dominant types in competitive is real rough already, and then not being able to have any good turn 1s just cripples it so hard. I mean, I guess you don't really have to worry about turn 1 if you have what's the one where he turns invisible?
Autonomy.
So I mean, I guess you don't really need it if you have autonomy and you swap in proper, but it just it feels bad. It really needs some better turn 1s, just like Oshiara too. I mean, there's so many Tems that could be more usable if they had better turn 1s.
Oshiara is the hard one, because Oshiara is like right on the edge of being godlike. If it gets that really great turn 1 option, then Oshiara is going to be, insane. Like, you can't just give it water cannon, but it does need to be able to do, something other than Ice Shuriken.
I watched just because you said water cannon, and it needs water cannon. I watched, there was, I think it was what was it? There was a bug, I think, where Nagai's beta burst was using water cannon instead for some reason.
Well, that's wild and terrifying. That's very terrifying. Because Nagai's loves to combo with Gulder.
Yeah, I know that would be awful and disgusting. But yeah, I mean, hopefully Gary will get a little love because Gary cute. We all love Gary. And Droply, just such a little cute derp. That being said, I guess we should cover free temp for the week, right?
Yeah, let's do free temp because it's another good free temp week. I think this is our second good free temp week in a row, right?
Yeah, yes it is. This is our second good free temp week in a row. Maybe someone at Crema's listening to me. I know they do listen to the show. And they've probably heard me complain about DNA strands.
When we get to the next piece of news, they're definitely listening.
After week. And here we are, 2 weeks in a row. I mean, maybe even more than 2 weeks with those stupid DNA strands. But we've had 50 releases, 3 sign cards. So if you don't want to go and spend the 2,800 suns to get in and you want to risk finding a Luma with only 3 cards, there you go. 100 releases gets you the Enhancer Cherry, which, not bad, some TV trading stuff.
4 of them.
You've got 4 of them, sorry. At 220 releases, you get a single special attack Telemer hack, which is pretty good, I think, for a single Tele hack. But the creme de la creme. 475 releases for a whopping 10. Count them. 10 Wish You Well coins. That's gorgeous. That is exactly what we should be working towards. That is a trophy worth 470 catch and releases.
I'm not grinding hard for these Wish You Well coins. I'm just kind of like passively, whatever ones I get, I'm keeping. Somebody on the YouTube channel mentioned they're at like 400 Wish You Well coins of just trying to acquire all of the ones they can. 411, I think the person said they were at, which is, it blows my mind. If every one of these things gives you like an upwards of like 1,000 pan suns, it's still so many.
It's so good. I mean, and if you hoard these, if you hold on to these and you wait until Seppanku and you just drop a bunch of them in the Seppanku well, and you can get one of the exclusive like Seppanku clothing, cosmetics, or whatever it might be in the wells and sell it, you can make bank, provided you get it. I mean, it's all RNG. So you could drop 400 and get nothing.
You know what, Gaijin?
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling this right now. Next episode, and this isn't anywhere on the horizon as far as the feature, let's do an episode speculating what the Temtem auction house is going to be like. Because I would love to compare different auction houses inside of different MMOs to kind of what our expectations of Temtem would be. Because like somebody having 411 Wish You Well coins with how often those things are sold and bought, just selling all of those could completely crash the market on Wish You Well coins. Yeah, and that's very interesting to me that, that's
I wonder if
capable.
That's the highest. I wonder who has the most. I know people have probably. Can you buy Wish You can trade them, right?
Yeah, you can trade them. People
I wonder
sell them on the
who
Discord.
has the most Wish You Well coins and how many they have. Because people hoard these things because they want to wait to see what's coming out in the other wells and the other islands and stuff like that. So I'm genuinely curious how many Wish You Well coins, 1, are in circulation, 2, does the person with the most of them have. I think that would be an interesting statistic to know. Obviously, they don't have to be like, oh, well, this person has X amount. They could just say, one person has X amount or something like that.
Yeah, Talakai in the chat said you can only have 99 in your inventory and then 99 in your vault. Which Grace responded the same thing I was thinking of. You know, if you want to hoard massive amounts of these, then you need multiple accounts in order to be able to do it.
I mean, lots of
And
people have multiple accounts. I mean, I have 5 myself.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, obviously not
I have
everybody
2,
has
and
that
I've
many.
bought the game for a couple of people who I know don't play anymore, so.
And it makes sense. It makes sense to limit it to a certain amount, like, because, you know, they want to try and prevent people from hoarding them, I think, because of a situation like you were talking about, selling 400 and crashing the Wish You Well coin market. Because this is a currency that's supposed to be generated and burned. It has a burn mechanism built right into it because you use them to, you know, get stuff.
I've preached this on previous episodes that I always say their value is going to increase, but something that people in chat brought up that completely slipped my mind that I think further supports this point is when we first got these, someone figured out early on that when you turn in the Wish You Well coins, you always get numbers that are divisible by your max level Tem. And presuming, you know, the amount of Pansons you get from these coins, that amount is determined by the highest level Tem you have access to. As the level cap rises, these are going to reward more coins or more Pansons. So not only are they going to be more valuable because people want to use them and get
much more, because 58,
not that much more,
58, you're getting 1,000 Pansons if you're lucky. It's not always 1,000 either.
More, Gaijin.
2,000
more.
Sure,
but more. If you buy 100 of these for, you know, 2,500 Pansons now, and they're worth 2,700 Pansons, like, you know, you could say like, oh, that's not even worth my time, but it's still a value increase. You know, it's kind of like holding a stock. I think this is the stock market of Temtem right now.
These are our, oh god, what do they trade? Turnip. These are our turnips from Animal Crossing. They do the turnip market. These are our turnips.
Exactly.
I think Graceful Klutz is right.
Sunday.
Graceful Klutz in chat says that she thinks Wish You Wells need an expiration date, and I think that's fair. They have a built-in burn mechanism, and if people are just hoarding them, like, because with turnips, they do expire in Animal Crossing. They expire every week. And, you know, if I don't know, like, Wish You Well coins are meant to be spent, right? They're meant to be used. They have one purpose, a single solitary purpose, and that is to be used in wells. Sure, you can sell them from account to account, but they're to be used in wells. So I think that would be fair. I don't know what the timeline would be. I know that that's an unpopular opinion. I'm sure of it. But I agree with Graceful Klutz that seems like a decent idea.
There's there's precedent for this in game. Radar's already reset at the end of the week and disappear out of your inventory, so they can create items with the expiration dates. I wonder if they could do it if they could, I know post date is after, if they could do it to items that have appeared, you know, before, that have been created, you know, before the patch is implemented. If they could go into somebody's inventory and, you know, add expiration dates to already existing items. I'd be curious, like, what the coding is. And not any, like, type of moral commentary on if that's, like, right or wrong. It's just literally curious if that's something they are capable of doing.
Yeah.
With Wish You Well coins, though, I'm in the opposite boat. I say if you got them, hold them. I'm a hoarder in any video game I play, and most of the time when we get information about the game, the devs are pretty good about projecting what's on the horizon. So, you know, if it comes out that's just like, hey, you know, we don't want people hoarding massive amounts of these Wish You Well coins into the future, or looking at a solution for that, then you run to that well and you spin like crazy.
Yeah.
But until then, I say,
I mean, I don't think it's
have
a
nothing
change
to lose from just waiting a couple of weeks before you use
there's
them.
nothing wrong with holding on to them. They're not going to make a change like that anytime soon, if at all. it is early access. They could make another change like that people
Move
wouldn't
over
like.
Bitcoin. Oh, that's you.
Yeah. I said move over BTC because so when you use like on Twitter and stuff, if you use the money symbol and type BTC or other cryptocurrency like abbreviations, it actually you'll see other people talking. It's like a hashtag, but it's called a cash tag essentially. You put the cash symbol and then the like BTC.
Hey, I've been trading stocks for a little bit.
Get out of here. Stocks don't count. That's
I
old
mean,
money.
I got
That's
a
old money.
tiny
Get
bit
out of here.
I've got 100 Doge coins that are worth like 2 cents.
Doge, baby. All right, let's move on here to the next thing. We're done talking about Freetem, the weekly reset, and
final
the
thing
sidebar.
before,
We've got the Crystal Koish for the week.
Crystal Koish, and we have a listener question about Koish later tonight
perfect.
too. So yeah, we'll be back to this. So if you go to the lodge, Crystal Koish, pink and beautiful.
The next thing that we have to look at here is Damian Sanchez is going to be doing a Reddit Ask Me Anything. So this Wednesday, March 3rd, 7:30 to 11 a.m. GMT, which let me quickly
I already Google searched it. 7:30 a.m. And GMT is 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And
Damien, why?
Because he lives in Europe. So if you are on the Pacific coast, that's really lucky for us because that's going to be 11 o'clock at night.
All right, I'm coming over, Kennedy.
Yeah,
I'm coming over.
It's gonna last for 3 hours or 4 hours. 7:30.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Calm down.
Yeah, so 7:30 a.m. GMT. There's going to be a AMA with the sound director for Temtem, and it is, or I guess music composer. And I am very excited. I'm hoping we get to hear a little bit of these fat beats.
It would be really cool. Well, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything. It's not going to be a live stream.
Can you share a SoundCloud link?
He might be. I mean,
one
he can.
song you're willing to.
I'm sure he probably will share something. But it's not like one of those things like, and unveiling. I mean, maybe he'll drop a link or something like that. I don't know, but I think this is really cool. I think it's nice to see, like this, like a Crema member being like, let's do an Emma, talk to me about game audio, game music, and stuff like that, or any related topics, because then he can talk about one, his passion, and two, the process that he takes and some of his favorite tracks and things like that with the community that loves his work. I mean, he's worked on other stuff too, but obviously we all know him best from Temtem, and his work is just amazing.
Yeah,
he follows me. He follows me on Twitter.
we get to see him composing music with some of the tweets and stuff that he and Yaw share on Twitter, of course, for the things he does for Temtem. But I've seen like other posts for sound design and some games, and some of the ways that like people bend their minds to come up with and create some of the sounds that we hear in video games, that it's just like, oh wow, like look at that pipe bursting. It's like, it's not a pipe bursting, it's like a man yelling into a trash can with like a saxophone or something.
I wonder what it's like to be creative. I genuinely don't know. As a person who is not creative in the slightest, I genuinely wonder what it's like to be creative. It's because I can't, I have no imagination. I can't picture things. I can't do anything with my brain really outside of think in now context. What's happening this moment? It's weird. I don't know. So, I mean, I'm just genuinely curious about the process that goes behind it and making music in general. I feel like putting a bunch of sounds together to make something sound beautiful is probably super difficult.
Yeah, my brain doesn't think in sounds. I've created one song and it is on my SoundCloud. It's a D&D boss battle theme and it's big and
Ooh.
it's epic and it took me an entire week to create. And then I found out what royalty-free music was and I was like, I'm going to use that instead. It was right when
Next week,
people
you're
started
gonna
signing
have to
up.
share that so we can listen to it on stream.
Okay, I will share it next week, but I can also send it to you after the show tonight.
We'll share it next week though. You can send it to me tonight, but we'll talk about it next week so
Okay.
all the people can hear.
Yeah, like it was right when people started subscribing to my Patreon for like D&D stuff I was creating. I was like, I can't use copyrighted stuff if I'm making money off of this, I suppose, I think. So I guess I'm going to create all my own assets. And then I started creating everything from scratch. I was like, that's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
It is it is very fun. So I'm looking forward though to this AMA on March 3rd, 7:30 a.m. GMT. If you are in the US, that's probably going to happen really, really late Tuesday night. And you know, if you live in any of the time zones that this is originating in, it's going to happen on Wednesday for you. So
Yeah.
I will definitely, if we're not participating in this while it's live, Gaijin and I will definitely cover it in next week's Tim Talk.
For sure.
And
you know, I have one question for his Ask Me Anything. Why didn't he come on to Temtalk to do it?
Ooh, because we don't do Tim Talk at 7 a.m.
Damien,
GMT
I would move my schedule around for you. I would move heaven and hell.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I would definitely like not sleep tomorrow night. You know, if we were gonna do like a special Tim Talk with Damien.
Yeah.
Who needs sleep anyways?
I mean, it's overrated. I've been going to bed at like 5, 6 a.m. anyway, if you couldn't tell, but you know, who needs sleep? But yeah, so that's going to be cool. I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to see all the fun questions that people ask.
All right, so that's all of our news. We had Plus OP making partner as our next section, but we already covered that. I did watch a couple tournaments and scrimmage matches this past weekend, but I didn't watch enough consistently to be able to talk about anything. I just watched a couple games that Plus had and then a couple games that Tsubaki had. So I don't really have much to comment on any tournaments that happen unless you want to comment on anything. We can move into our listener questions.
I literally did not watch anything this past week, and
I'm telling.
Plus OP, I'm going to say it again. Every single time he has his tournaments, I'm working. He does it on purpose, just specifically so I cannot participate. It's intentional.
Exciting news.
And yes, Jackson SXL Plus OP made partner. Go check out his channel, twitch.tv/plusop. He's got the nice little verified badge. It goes so nice with his logo. It's gorgeous.
I have exciting news. I'm getting back into casting matches again. I will be casting the Swiss rounds of the Plus Weekly this coming week. So really excited to get back into it. So
see, even if you're like this, like even if you're not playing, I know how much you love watching and talking about it. Like you don't have to worry about playing or being good at it. Just do what you do best. Talk about it. Talk about what's happening. You know, you already have a lot of knowledge, so you know exactly what's going on. Like you're good at what you do. You may not be the best in the world at battling people. You're certainly better than I am.
I was about to say it's like the nicest thing you've ever said to me, and then you just stabbing me in the heart.
I mean, I'm not trying to stab you in the heart. You're definitely way better than I am.
I'm way better than Tsubaki too. Fight me. Episode 53 of Tim Talk. Kennedy's final words.
Kennedy's
nice hearing from all of you.
Tsubaki will delete you.
Yeah, do you want to get into the listener questions though?
Yeah. Do you want to read the first one?
Yeah, I will. So we do our listener question segment every show. If you want to write into the show and you have anything you want to ask, you can ask us about our lives as long as it's not like our super personal lives, about
Wait a minute.
Tim talk
Wait
or
a minute. I mean,
what's up.
my life is open. My life is an open book.
Well,
You
I
guys can
guess I don't know. I
ask
don't want
me
somebody asking me like
anything.
what I do with my toenails or something. Like
You clip them. What else are you gonna
I
do
clip
with
them
them?
and throw them away, but I don't want.
But do you clip them in your bed?
Um, I bite my fingernails in my bed. I have
Stop
a
it.
really bad nervous habit of that.
Stop it.
That's
Not in the bed. They could go
I
anywhere.
I know. I make sure I pick them up and throw them away though. It's a nervous idiosyncrasy that I've tried to get myself out. It's all anxiety. You can honestly tell how I'm doing in my life by how long my fingernails are. When I'm stressed and like dying, I bite them like crazy. But when I'm doing good, like they're kind of long. I'm doing okay. I'm fixing it step by step.
But for real, guys, if you have questions, you could email us at temtalkshow@gmail.com. We love questions. We love hearing from you guys. You can also provide us feedback directly to the email if you want. You can be mean if you want, I guess, but maybe try to be constructive, preferably. Tell us what we're doing wrong and how we could do it better. Not just, hey guys, you're dumb. I mean, I guess that'd be kind of fun, but
Yeah, I would actually prefer constructive mean feedback as an email rather than a tweet or a YouTube comment. So if you do have something mean to say, heck, send in an email too. It's always more exciting to read an email. All right. Anyways, our listener question this week, we have two. Jen asked, "Hello, I've been trying to get back into the game. Been busy with work and not have enough time to do all the MMO things I would like. I feel that. But besides all the things to do, I have a question. Too long didn't read question. Is there a way to tell Koish types besides the color? It's hard for a colorblind person to actually know how to fight against one when the details are hard to tell apart, especially trying to see the tiny details and the small head difference. I know when it's digital or crystal, but a lot of the others have very similar head shapes. Thank you." Oh, this is a hard one. So
that is.
I haven't fought enough Koishes to like be able to answer this immediately of just like, oh, this tell and this tell and this tell.
Yeah,
But
let
their
me
hairstyles are actually different for the
yeah,
typing.
the
So
biggest indicator is generally the hairstyle. I know it can be difficult to tell, but definitely the hairstyle. I don't know if you're not playing full screen or if you're just playing on a smaller screen, but the hairstyle is basically the biggest indicator other than colors, because obviously if you're colorblind, and there's 4 different types of color blindness, so it's hard to even say without knowing what type of color blindness you have a better way to tell them apart. I don't, they do have different colors, but again, that is problematic because the different variations of colors that they have and all that fun stuff. And again, the 4 different variations of color blindness. So
yeah, I would say definitely pay attention to the hairstyles. Like just look at in game if you can catch a couple different ones and just look at the type of what it is and
yeah,
then its hairstyle, the little poof above its eyes
odds
will denote
are
it.
it's going to be nature, it's going to be electric, or it's going to be fire. There's the occasional toxic Koish, but it's pretty rare. There's the occasional mental Koish, but it's pretty rare.
And I would say neutral too.
Neutral has not really occurred that often. I've never run into a
Really?
neutral Koish, but I feel like it should be running on a Quenza team.
Yeah, I was about to say Synergy Master and Harmful Lick. Like Synergy Master Quetzal and then Harmful Lick for a bajillion damage.
Yeah, it just seems like it makes sense to me, but I haven't seen it yet.
The second thing I'd say with these Koishes, I'm pretty sure the in-game UI denotes the Koish types apart. So definitely going out and catching one of every single
Yeah.
Koish type and just releasing it. That way, when you use a move and you hover over, you can kind of see like get a feel for its typing if you can't pin down like with its hairstyle. If like maybe I don't know, fire hits neutrally into it, then it's like, ooh, like when I hover my cursor over it and the fire thing,
Doesn't
isn't.
fire generally hit neutrally? Oh, well, no, not if it's water.
No, every Koish
Water,
normally
earth.
has an ineffective, yeah,
Yeah.
because fire would hit, red on fire Koish, red on water Koish, red on, just about everything except for nature Koish. It would hit neutral, and then even if it does hit super effectively against the iridescent Koishes, I think the UI still shows it as red.
Yeah.
And then after you hit it, it flips the damage.
Yeah, because
And
it's not going to reveal that information because that would be kind of OP information reveal right there.
but red and green circles won't work for red green color blindness. Yeah, that was going to be literally my next statement.
But they have color. Does Temtem have color blindness settings yet or not yet?
Yeah, that's what I was let's look. I have Temtem open right now, but a lot of things eventually develop stuff for this.
I
So
do not see any color blindness
I don't
options.
see anything.
Hopefully, in the future,
Yeah.
there will be accessibility options for people with visual impairments. So hopefully that will be something that comes in the future. I think it is pretty important for them to have that. I know the game's early access in development, but that does make it super difficult for people that have color blindness. So I think it is something that they should probably prioritize, honestly, because you're not the first person that I've heard, that has asked me something about, playing Temtem with color blindness specifically or talked to me about it. So I feel like it is something that they should probably work on implementing, even if it's just, one or two people working on it solo together or whatever, but.
And I'm gonna reiterate, I feel like the hair is definitely the best option here.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure all the Koishas have the same each different type of Koish has the same icon. So no matter what color the tails or anything are, all the electric Koishas in Pick and Ban should have the same icon, I believe, as any other electric Koish, and then same for the fire Koish. When you're in the pick and ban phase against Koish, and you can't tell, that's one thing. But then when you're in game, being very mindful about why the Koish swapped in, what's in on the other team, can also give you things like if it swaps in and a neutral Tim's like on the field or something, or they're running like a big neutral comp. It's pretty easy to assume that it's going to be a fire Koish because it's fishing for that neutral synergy. And then the same thing with like a nature Koish trying to kick it with another water Tim or something like that. And then by telling the conditions that the Koish comes to the field and what else is on their team, you can normally, by process of elimination, kind of feel out what Koish is going to be there. So
Yeah,
I
feel
hope
like that's
at
pretty
least
good, too.
something in that segment's helpful for you.
Yeah, because if it's, well, I guess it would be kind of hard to tell if it's a Quetzal team or a Sushi team, because sometimes the nature Koishes kind of run similar. No, because if there's multiple neutral types, it's probably a fire Koish, because there's pretty common team compositions, so I feel like that's a pretty good indicator there as well too. But yeah,
Okay,
I think that's good.
Do you want to read the next comment?
Of course.
Or the next question?
All right. One of our recurrent questioners, thank you Technically QX, technically asks, howdy Temtalk. With y'all playing Sea of Thieves, I wanted to know, what Tems would you bring on the boat? Are there any you definitely wouldn't bring? As always, thank you for your time. By the way, this question comes because Kennedy, Willow, and I were playing Sea of Thieves earlier this week.
You and Willow were playing Sea of Thieves. I was playing my instrument.
You were there. You were along for the ride briefly. But that's
for
me.
Question. I'm gonna take this one first off. I am definitely saying Nesla here. give me that beautiful sea serpent to either, chill out on my boat or ride the waves with.
I mean, I feel like Nestle would be incredibly difficult to hold on to. I mean, you're basically holding onto a slippery wet noodle trying to go through the ocean. I think that'd be kind of hard.
Okay. I will addendum because it said Tim's. I would also bring a shoeing because in lore, shoeing like purifies water. So if you're out on the open seas and you run out of drinking water, you just, I don't know, run your shoeing through a barrel and then bada bing, bada boom.
I mean, if you have it on board, you can't get sick. Immunity.
Oh yeah,
So
there you
no,
go.
no scurvy. I definitely would not bring any of the Volcrane line, Volvir, Valor, Volcrane, basically anything that has an X4 weakness to water and or would set my boat on fire. I mean, a Raikan might be all right because you can actually get it.
You don't think
attack
Drakash would make it on the open seas?
No,
I'm just kidding with you.
You know, the Kraken would attack and it'd be destroyed and deleted in a matter of seconds. Raikan wouldn't be happy about getting wet, but he's kind of a tanky boy, and you could use him to like throw meteor showers at other pirates trying to steal your booty. But yeah, I think Nesla, Schween, obviously those are really good options.
I also feel like if we're, so would you bring on the boat? So I guess we're thinking about this in terms of Sea of Thieves on the open ocean, but there are boats and sky ships inside of Temtem, and then it's a whole different category, because then I'm thinking like wind Tims get infinitely more useful when there's like no ocean.
Low groove, that's a good one. Osukai would be really good because he could use two of his arms to hold planks and then two of his arms to nail planks and fill those holes. I think that's
how many cannons can it man?
I mean, it can man 2 depending on what the boat is. I think sloops are fairly close together, but that'd still be a challenge, I think.
Okay,
he could use one hand to load and one hand to fire, I guess, then steady.
Here's one, like, disregarding lore and disregarding usefulness. What Tim would you want to get stranded on a desert island with to keep you company?
To keep me company.
Yeah, this one's a little bit harder. I don't for me, I would think a Raikan.
You could cuddle up to it at night, get warm,
Well, I don't know. I just really, really like Raikan's design aesthetic, and it feels like it would be a good companion. Or you know what? I'm gonna change my answer. Momo. Momo's the best companion.
All right, You might get a little cold if it's a snowstorm, Momo, though. So just be careful about that one.
Well, the first part of this question was disregarding usefulness and lore. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'd probably pick a Tantaru. I mean, they're basically as tall as a human. It'd be like having another person around I could just talk to. Of course, they'd be mute, but no, they may Tantaru make Tantaru noises, but
they can tweet though.
They sure can. But yeah,
I wonder if there's Wi-Fi on a deserted island.
I feel like a Tantaru would be cool, and it could be useful because it could help you. Like you could stand on its shoulders or head to reach taller places, but then you maybe a bird one, because then it could help you get stuff a lot easier. It could forage for you or whatever. I don't know. That's a really tough one.
All right. Well, that's all of our listener questions, though. I guess I'll throw it to the listeners at home. What Tim would you bring?
I'd bring any flying Tem to get me off the deserted island. Yeah, Tuvine, one of the big birds that could actually carry you.
I feel like that's the obvious answer, which is why you have to, throw usefulness out of the window.
But also, would it really be able? Would they be able to carry you that long? We don't know how far this deserted island is away from stuff, and they could just be carrying you all for naught. You sitting on their back, weighing them down, only for them to plunge into the sea and perish with you. All because of your selfishness.
Any flying Tim, give him a pajaro. See how far he gets. I'm kidding. All right, so that's gonna be our show for tonight. Let's hit up the closing and plugs. I think I went first last week, Gaijin. So this week, where can the people find you, and what are you up to?
I don't have any of the nameplates under. This is my first time hosting the show from broadcasting it, so I don't have any of the nameplates or anything like that. But I am It's Gaijin Boo, ITSGAIJINBUU. You guys can find me on Twitch, which is my main platform. I basically just stream here 5 days out of the week. I'm also on Twitter. I'm trying to be better about tweeting. I've never been good at social media, but I'm working on it. I also have a YouTube channel that I'm planning to start making content for, so drop that a subscribe. It's free over there. And, yeah. I mean, Instagram, wherever. Yeah, basically, it's Gaijin Boo everywhere. So, just drop a search in on your preferred social media platform other than Facebook, and I'm probably there.
Alrighty, and for myself, I'm breaking the laws of reality on twitch.tv/PresbyKennedy. I have a YouTube channel by the same name where I upload D&D content and do live storytelling experiences, ? If you want to tune into the show, we live stream this every Monday night at 6:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/temtalkshow. If you're listening to this on a podcast feed, we definitely appreciate you listening. We definitely appreciate any downloads and subscribes you do, and however you like and rate it. It's a little bit more difficult for me to track everything there, but you are loved and appreciated, and same for everybody on YouTube. With that, let's jump to our turn 30. I've got the turn 30 for this week.
You sure do.
This week, my turn 30 is peanut butter crackers. No, I'm kidding.
Delicious.
My turn 30 is actually a book I am reading with my significant other. It is called sorry, I bumped my mic. It is called Illusions of Fate. And it is really, 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 really ridiculously interesting. It's on one hand, it's this really simple, and she'll probably see this and yell at me, but it's whatever.
This person just ran up to me in this back alley. They probably think I'm selling Temtem illicit items. I got your black market telomeres back here, baby.
As for Illusions of Fate, on one hand, it's like this really really wonderful, just absolute garbage of a romance story on one hand, but then on the other hand, it's like this really interesting and intriguing story of magic and mischief. And the thing that I really appreciate about it most is it's very hard for me to divorce my ethics and morality as a person from the fiction I consume. And it is written by a white woman, and the main character is coded as a young character or minority in the world who's kind of coded as like a person of color. And she actually does a really amazing job of writing her, and just the amount of wit and sass and just kind of her experience as she's dealing with like this colonial society is so incredibly fun to read. And I can't wait to figure out what happens like in the rest of it. We're halfway through it on chapter 20, and I can't wait to come back and give like a full review of it. So it's Illusions of Fate, and it is by Kirsten White, and it was apparently New York Times bestselling author at some point. It's really interesting. It's not terribly long. With that, let's get out of here and we can head into our post show.
Alrighty, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us, either here on twitch.tv/temtalkshow or YouTube or podcasts. We love you all, appreciate you very much. So let's start the outro. Goodbye, all.
Bye, everyone.